What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Day, and on this channel I talk about cybersecurity. And in this video we're going to be talking about Let's Defend. Let's Defend is a platform that security analysts, incident responders, or really anyone I think new to cybersecurity can try their hand out with real life security scenarios, test their skills and learn how things are actually done in a real life scenario. If you're going to be working in a SOC, either as a level 1 or a level 2 or a level 3 analyst, so either as a analyst or a responder, or whatever level you are going to be working in a security team or security operations center. Like I said, the platform is hands-on, so you're pretty much practicing these skills. Like, you're actually walking through real life type security incidents and analyzing those incidents like you would be doing in a SOC. So I'm actually going to be going over the new incident response responder plan, which is going to be part of their Let's Defend plan. Right now, I think it's the security analyst as well as incident responder. So you can see security analyst and then incident responder. All right. So about this plan, um, this plan is for security analysts who want to improve their skills and become incident responders, and then incident responders who have just started working as incident responders and want to achieve higher quality work. Also for incident responders who want to cover their technical and practical deficiencies, and also for incident responders who want to sharpen their skills by analyzing new and current cyber attacks. So with this new incident responder module, you have access to the investigation cases specifically created for users who have this in response plan. And if we look at that, we can see there are specific cases. So we have this hijacked npm on normal code. Actually, I have all of them right here if I go to monitoring. So as you can see, all right, so we see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, if I counted that correctly. But yeah, we can see all of uh these different alerts that we can pretty much triage as analysts or responders, but specifically for responders. So these are the new uh cases, special investigation cases that are only going to be available to people who have the incident responder plan. And each investigation is based on real life scenarios encountered by incident responders who work at Let's Defend. And yeah, so that's really good because you're actually going to be going through real life scenarios that have happened and gaining skills based off of that. Also, with this new incident response plan, you also have access to um, devices with real Windows or Linux operating systems. So right here, you see hands-on incident response. So users with the incident responder plan can access devices with real Windows and Linux operating systems through browser and perform incident response and analysis. So if we go to the endpoint security, we can see, I believe, yeah, we can see that we have, um, let's see, it takes a while to load up sometimes, but yeah, we're gonna be looking. What's gonna load up is like we're gonna see various endpoints. So like you would see like in the EDR. Okay, there we go. So we have various endpoints. So these are like like maybe like fictional users in a environment. So we have these different endpoints, and in these endpoints we have different things we can do. So we have the host name, the IP address, the OS, the server. We can contain this endpoint. For example, if this endpoint has been part of an incident or has some malware or something like that. We also see like the bit level, the domain, the primary user, the last login date. We can also look at the browser history, which could be important if we're doing some analysis. We can look at the command history as well. So we can see different commands that we're performed on this host. We can look at the network connections. So we see the different connections that this host connected to, at what time it connected to it, and what date it connected to, different IP addresses. We can also look at the process list. So this is pretty much a what you would be able to have access to in a actual EDR solution, endpoint detection and response solution that you would be working with in a SOC. Maybe that be CrowdStrike or Titanium or McAfee or Silence or Microsoft's Defender. So this is kind of what you would have access to. Some EDRs definitely have more capabilities, but this is kind of what you'd be looking at if you're looking at an EDR. And you can also directly connect to this host. So some EDRs also have the capability where they give you access to the host through a command line, where you can perform certain administrative tasks on the host. So you could kill processes, you could stop network connections, just various things you would be doing if you have access to a host as an incident responders. You can delete files or whatever thing you would be doing as part of your incident response. You can do that when you have access to the host, and you have that kind of capability on this platform, where if you're investigating a scenario, for example, let's say we're investigating let's say let's say maybe like, let's see, uh, maybe a PowerShell script executed, right? And this PowerShell script started a process or something, right? If we are responding to it, so then we might want to kill that process. So we can literally connect to that host, and you're gonna see that in a second, and then kill that process if need be. So that's it really takes you in depth and gives you that real life capabilities you can have as a if you're working in a real life scenario. All right, so that's definitely good. And this is also possible without a VPN or without having to download any files. So you don't have to have like a VPN connection or download any configuration files for you to connect to these hosts. And you can see here it opens it right here in the browser, and connects to it. So you can see this is a Windows device, as you can see here in the interface. And see, we can also open it in a new tab, and this is available to us. It will expire at this time. I don't know what that time is, but I believe that would be maybe like some time. So yeah, so we have access to a Let's Defend account and also an administrator account, I think. Um, so we're opening it in the browser tab. This is kind of similar to TryHackMe, where you can where you can look at the host or where you can look at the remote desktop or have access to your Kali machine in the browser. It's pretty convenient that way. And you don't have to like download any VPN files or any configuration files. So while we wait for this to open, because I definitely want to look around in the host and see what's on it, just for the test. And yeah, so that's another capability you have. And also with the Neo Incident Responder uh, module, you also have access to training materials for incident response. So let us actually go into not homepage, tutorial. Actually, it's going to be easier just to type let's defend slash training. That way we can see the training that's available. And this training is available with your plan. So you don't have to like pay for the training separately from the plan. It's readily available once you have your plan and you have access to your Let's Defend account. You have access to the training as well. So as you can see here, you have incident response for Windows and incident response for Linux. And if we look at these two different things, it actually teaches you the actual incident response things you need to know for Windows or for Linux. So for Windows, you learn how to create an incident response plan. Same thing for Linux. You also learn about incident response procedures. Same thing for Linux. You learn about three important things. So those are the commonalities. Now, when you get into Windows, you want to learn about some free tools you can use. You learn about memory analysis for Windows. You learn about users, task schedulers, services, registry run keys or startup folders, files, additional solutions, and checklists, all of that. So you're looking at the different things you can learn about Windows when it comes to incident response. And if you know anything about incident response, memory analysis is a huge part of incident response, because if, for example, you get a memory dump of a device, or a Windows device, for example, you're going to be analyzing that memory dump, with be a tool like a like FireEye Redline, just to look at what happened while the device was on, what happened in the attack scenario. You're going to be looking at users, you're going to be looking at different tasks running processes, or registry run keys. So different ways an attacker could maintain persistence in the system. Files, so maybe like suspicious files, malicious files, different things like that. And also on Linux, you're going to be looking at processes, right? You're going to be looking at files and file systems, mounts, networks, services, the cron tab. Maybe a way an attacker might be trying to maintain some persistence. SSH unauthorized keys, right? Another way an attacker might want to establish persistence. We have a bash RC, bash profile, and also useful file log. So these are really in-depth things, and literally, what you need to learn about incident response. So that's another feature of the incident responder module. And yeah, all of these things are covered in the Let's Defend module, the incident responder module. As you can see, my account is pretty scarce. I've only done about 2 alerts. That's because I've been focusing on other platforms. Because sometimes all of these platforms get really overwhelming. But I'll definitely be doing some more walkthroughs of some alerts as I go through them here, because these are really cool scenarios that you can learn from. Another great thing about this is you also get access to, I believe, walkthroughs of this alert. So if you ever get stuck, I think somewhere additional mailbox tutorial. Okay, yes, there are write-ups of this alert, of these different cases by different people who have done these alerts. So if you ever get stuck, you have access to these different write-ups that you can use to kind of figure out whatever it is you're missing, and uh, not be stuck. So there are write-ups for everything, but I definitely recommend trying out your hand with the different alerts before doing the write-ups, before checking the write-ups, just to make sure you're putting in as much effort as possible. So that's it for the incident responder module. I definitely recommend checking it out. Like I said, I'll be doing some walkthroughs of some different alerts in some coming videos. So definitely keep an eye out for that. And thanks to Let's Defend for providing me access to the platform to do this review. I definitely recommend it. Once again, I recommend it for entry level people. So if you're looking to learn new skills, they have like tutorials for the basics of everything. So definitely check it out. Even also, if you're a security analyst or a SOC analyst or a threat analyst or incident responder, it's a great way to sharpen your skills or have access to scenarios you might not have seen in the wild. So definitely check it out. Thank you very much for watching this video. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.